Jump on that to-do list, but that home improvement project doesn't have to be a chore. Before you jump in, tune in here to About Your House to listen and learn from the most experienced and reputable contractors and service providers in the industry. On today's show, we have Lorraine Carpenter, and we also have Kevin Gath of Garden Gnomads in the house. We'll be talking about gardening today. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. About Your House is also brought to you in part by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store is a family-owned store. It's been serving the Carolinas for over 70 years, and they're the largest independent appliance retailer in the Carolinas, constantly growing and taking pride in the experience. They offer customers with a knowledgeable sales staff, product selection, and lowest price guarantee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us as we spread a little love. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
And good morning, and welcome to another About Your House episode, if you want to call them an episode. Today, well, we're headed into the 1st of May. April's almost behind us, and we're going to plow into the new month with hopefully gardening on our brains. Why gardening? Well, we're going to talk all about it today. Gardening. I got Kevin Gath to the left of me. He is a landscape steward. A landscape steward. Now, Kevin's 30. Now I've got Lorraine Carpenter to my right over here, and she's a master gardener for many, many, many years, and she's my age. Older, but whatever. So we've got a really neat show today, with contrast between older gardener and younger gardener, right? Gardening, and one of the crafts we need to teach more to our youth. And speaking of youth, Kevin's 30. I've got an elderly lady to my right, and we've got a tremendous age difference here, but the passion's the same. Passion for gardening. Kevin, I want to talk to you first. Good morning.
Good morning, Ray.
Welcome. Talk about 6 to 8 inches to the mic. There you go. Thank you. You got a cat yesterday.
Yeah.
I got to hear about the cat story. Kevin was late today because of the cat, so we got to figure out why the cat caused him to be late. I'm curious, just, being who I am.
I got too many strays around, and I saw one of the moms moving some kittens yesterday, and so it was my only chance to make any dent in the population, so I kidnapped it. Spent all day running around collecting accoutrements.
Yeah, cat stuff.
Yeah.
You like cats?
I do like cats, yeah.
I don't like cats, but anyway.
They have their merits in there.
Cats are very independent animals. Matter of fact, Lorraine and me, waiting for you today, we talked about some animals a little bit before you got here. And I love animals. I do love me some animals, but I just don't want to have them with me, meaning I don't want to be responsible for them. It's like having more kids at my age. You have an animal, you've got a child. To me, it's more responsible, a liability than having a child in a lot of different ways. Okay. Where are you from?
Born in California, but I grew up in Asheville.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
The hills.
Yep.
So how old were you when you moved to Asheville?
8, about 7 or 8.
Really?
Yep.
Do you like being raised in the hills?
Yeah, definitely. Spent a lot of time in the woods.
Where'd you go to high school?
Inca High School.
What, Inca?
Yep.
Inca up in Asheville? Yep. What'd you do when you got out of high school?
After high school, I joined the Navy.
Really? How long were you in the Navy?
Just 2 years.
What'd you do in the Navy?
Nuclear power. Yeah.
Nuclear power?
Yep.
Really?
I went to NNPTC.
Where were you stationed?
In Charleston.
Yay,
really?
Navy.
Yep.
Wow. Around ships? Submarines?
Submarines. I'd been on submarines, yeah.
So subs were your nuclear power?
I wanted aircraft carriers, but they voluntold me for submarines.
So were you stationed on a sub?
No, I didn't spend very much time on a sub, no. Just
but you
most
did
of the school.
Get to go on one or two of them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, this isn't gardening, but I'm interested in nuclear power. Young man right out of high school, nuclear power. What did you learn about nuclear power, if I might ask?
I would say I can't talk. I mean,
you can't talk.
I would say that it's a lot safer than people realize. There are thousands of hours of operation in the naval nuclear reactors, and there's been not a single accident. So very safe. But the biggest thing I got out of it was the systems thinking and the education of it. They have one of the best education programs in the service.
But nuclear power is not something you can get out of the Navy and say, well, let me go get a job in nuclear power.
Oh, surely can.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. There's a power plant down just
Lake Norman.
Oconee.
Yep, Lake Norman.
Lake
Yep.
Norman,
Yep.
Oconee.
Yep.
There's several nuclear power plants close
and more
by.
popping up, and the newer generations too are even safer and more reliable. So big future in it, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then you got out of the Navy. Then what?
Then I wanted to build tiny houses. I wanted scattered tiny houses, so I got into carpentry and concrete.
Carpentry and concrete. So
One after the
construction.
other. Yeah.
Cool. Well, how'd that work out for you?
It was good. Learned a lot. Learned a lot.
Well, so how'd you gravitate to gardening?
So I came in through nutrition, basically, and then to soil. And the way to build soil is with plants. So, and then I figure if we can build soil all around us with beautiful plants, then everybody wins. And then.
When you first got into plants, were you into more ornamentals or gardening or
No, food,
nutrition?
definitely food.
Just food.
Yeah, food. Regenerative grazing and market gardening were my first forays.
Your first forays.
Yeah. Yep.
And Lorraine, you can come in this conversation anytime you might have
Thank
a question, please, because how long have you been gardening, Miss Lorraine Carpenter?
I started when I was like
You guys
20.
need to talk 6 to 8 inches from the mic.
When I was 20.
When you were 20, so you've been gardening all this time.
Right.
Professionally speaking, did you work? I mean, I know you had a job, right?
Right,
What
right.
field were you in?
I started out in restaurant business, and then I ended up with international companies,
Corporate.
corporations. Yeah.
So you work with corporate America. Mm-hmm. Now, your gardening experience, you're a master gardener.
Right.
When did that happen?
When I was 19, somehow or another, this little book got into my hands about a tomato plant grown organically versus chemically. I would have never picked this book out. I have no idea where it came from. And that pretty much changed my life. It taught me that our body is so important. We have got to give it good fuel, or we're going to be sick.
We are sick.
Yeah.
We're sicker. This country and the United States of America is the sickest country on the planet. Why? Because of what we're going to be talking about today, your food and what you're not eating correctly, your food. Kind of a weird position we're
Yes.
in.
Truly.
Kevin, what's your focus now? You're 30 years old, right? You're 30 years old. You're called the garden gnome.
Garden nomads.
Garden nomad, but you're a gnome.
Yeah.
You're a gnome.
Yep.
What's your passion now?
I would say ecology, probably. The stronger the ecology around is, the more resilient the systems will be. The Amazon rainforest, for example, I've heard that it's so dense with food and medicine because the peoples there stewarded their land with food and medicine, and then when they disappeared, it was those plants that populated. And so I imagine what happens if we leave our landscapes to be, it collapses. But we could plant it so that it would regenerate on its own.
Right. I want to talk about growing food. We live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know you've got experience, but you don't have the experience she does as far as the annual growing cycle. Not that you don't know. I'm not saying that at all. But when's the best time to start a garden?
You want to look and see when the last frost is, and basically, I go by North Carolina State University's agriculture, and I usually wait because our weather, you never know, because everything is about the soil heat of the warmth. So I don't push it. Yeah,
Dirt. It's all about your dirt.
There you go.
And
Talk dirty to me.
Well, all right. Raised beds, bucket, container gardening, vine gardening, vertical gardening, aquaponics. There's so many ways to get food and nutrition out of the plants, out of what you eat. Now, what can you do in your situation with your present environment? Meaning, do you have a yard? First of all, how much sun do you need?
Depends what you're growing. Usually for vegetables, full sun.
6 to 8
For how
hours.
long?
6 to 8 hours. Especially fruiting, like you're talking about tomatoes, eggplants, corn, things like that. Yeah. But there, like you said, there is some shade plants. In fact, I sort of encourage some shade areas because I like to grow some things like cilantro and things like that. So you need shade.
I'm sorry, Riston, we've got a technical issue here.
No, I was just gonna ask, can I move that walking stick a little bit, just because?
Oh, sure.
It was blocking the camera.
That was
Just making
easy.
sure. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
You're welcome, Mr.
I should have said something.
We're
earlier.
here to please.
Thank you.
That's what we do here.
Just for the camera. That's all.
I appreciate that. There you go.
Sorry, we're going.
No, go for it.
And I
Talk
would
to
say
me.
the leafy greens do really well in the shade. Since they don't make fruits, they just make leaves.
Yes.
And the lettuce and stuff, arugula really likes cooler weather in the shade as well.
Well, a lot of people live in apartments. If you don't believe me, go look in Charlotte. What do you see? It's the apartment village.
Sad.
The apartment city. Can you grow container gardening? Can you grow with containers on a patio in an apartment? Question. You want to comment on that?
I mean, I have a lot of people who ask me about it, and I said, look, I don't have to do that, but there's plenty of YouTubes. I mean, the main thing is good drainage, good soil. You got to feed the plant. You got to get enough sunlight, depending on what you're growing, etc.
Right. What's your opinion on containers?
I agree on that. It's a lot easier to control your soil in the container. If you want a blueberry, for example, that wants really acidic soil, it's a lot easier to keep that pot acidic than the whole ground. But as far as apartments go, the reason I called the company Garden Nomads was because I was planting a vacant lot in an apartment complex with a garden. And so there is room also for the apartment community together to grow a garden and really leverage the community aspect of it.
More, and plus you get more out of it.
100%.
Now, are you saying containers as
No,
in
this was
5
in
gallon or containers or big raised beds?
This was in the ground.
In ground.
If
Okay.
you take a
Was.
segment of land within an apartment complex and declare that the garden, a community garden basically is what we're talking about.
That's right.
Right.
And there's even room for it to be a for-profit, almost community garden, where it's operated as a CSA, where you're growing intentionally and intensively and with plan.
And you said a for-profit.
Yeah.
You're going to sell veggies.
Yeah.
No, people are going to steal them.
They could, yes. That is sort of
There's the tomato. Sure
Wow.
looks good.
I have people steal from my garden.
Me too, and
Yeah.
it was a challenge. But the stronger the community is, the more accountability and checks on that there are.
Right. Are you finding? The question I want to ask: how is gardening now in the city? Is it popular? Do people look to garden? I mean, the reason I ask,
Okay.
let me elaborate on that a little bit, because I'm finding that kids in school know nothing about gardening for the most part. They know nothing about nutrition. They know nothing about what they're putting in their bodies, and it's a big problem in the fact that obesity is out of control. I mean, obesity is an epidemic in this country. People are overweight. They're just plain fat. And I'm not talking about men over women, women over men. It's rampant among both sexes, among all cultures. Obesity in this country is out of control. And what can we do about it? We need to teach our kids proper nutrition and also gardening. And it's something that's missing. You are very young, relative, to the population normally. And I'm glad you came into the fold because you're youthful and you have youth on your side to where you can teach young kids. And that's something you said you were very interested in.
Absolutely.
And Lorraine over here, you've taught classes in gardening.
I have, yeah. The library, companion planting, and then when at schools I've taught, composting, which I think's bottom line big foundation of learning about your soil biology. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about dirt.
Let's talk about dirt.
Where you get your dirt from? I'll start with you.
Yeah.
So I love the clay that we have. It's got a lot of potential.
Yes.
It holds a lot of nutrients. It holds a lot of water. All it really needs is organic matter. And organic matter comes in all shapes and sizes. I'll collect leaf bags primarily off the side of the road, like Christmas presents.
So leaves are great composting or amending for amending soil.
Nature's mulch. And then I'll also use, if it's really heavy clay, pine fines or hardwood fines. Pine
Right.
bark fines.
Where do you get your dirt, Lorraine?
Well, okay. I have 2 pretty high up raised beds that they're hugel beds.
What do you mean by hugel?
Hugel is when you use logs and build it up so that it holds your water, and then you don't have to water it as much.
Do you
It
have
breaks down.
liners or just put it on the...
No, it's just this high. And so I have more in ground. I have 1,800 square foot of gardening in ground, but I have these 2 raised beds because I want to grow like horseradish and strawberries together. And so they're height where easy to manage. So I had to think about, where am I going to get the dirt? And I have like 4 or 5 different compost bins, but still it wasn't enough. And so I made my own by putting some pine bark in there and then feeding it with like a yeast so that it would microbial break down faster, and then put leaves on top, and then that's how I do it. But a lot of people ask me, where should I buy my dirt? And I'm like, well, I guess central composting. A lot of people talk about that. I don't know the quality of it.
Hit or miss.
That's Compost Central, is it?
Yes,
County?
that's where they pick up all the leaves of people, turn it into soil.
It's fine. It's organic matter. It's better than not. Soil supply is good. There's also Tar Heel bark out toward Concord has good material.
Okay.
Henson's down Pineville way.
Tar Heel
I think
bark.
that's it. There was another one off Brookshire, but it closed last year.
Well, I've told this story many times that you need to amend your dirt, make it good dirt. Now, how pH? Let's talk.
From what I have found, our soil tends a little bit acidic, but if you have an active soil microbiome, it will moderate the pH because the fungus will make acidic glues and the bacteria will make basic glues, and as long as there's active balance, they find their own balance.
There you go. Microbe.
It's truly all you really have to do is think about the microbiome in the soil, and it will do all the work.
It'll take care of itself. Yeah, it's
100%.
pretty amazing.
Where do you get good microbiome?
It's there. It's there in the
You have to
leaf
activate it.
compost. It's there in the wood chips and
Yep.
All you have to do is give it food, water, and air, and it will find the food from the plant roots.
Like a human being.
Yes, 100%.
It's easy, folks. It's called natural growing.
Yep, we're just making a living.
Right. I had this dream one time. I had a backyard, and I wanted to change it because it was just a yard, and it had no beauty. It was green grass. Well, now a lot of people think grass is pretty. It can be, but you got to cut it. I would rather grow natural ornamental flowers and something that's going to encourage insect population, bees, pollination, that sort of thing. Make a natural,
Habitat.
plethora of habitat for animals, for birds, for bees, for insects, and you can do that with a garden. So I said, well, I need to widen my driveway. So I'm going to dig out my driveway, and then I'm going to put all that dirt in the backyard. And I just put all the dirt I graded out for the driveway, put it in the backyard, and made a berm, just a small berm. I went to Compost Central. I got 3 trailer loads, which is roughly a pickup load, full of compost. Just compost. Or they call it topsoil or whatever. It's what they make it at that. And I dumped it on that pile of dirt in the backyard. And I cheated. I put some raw nitrogen on it. Raw nitrogen.
What's raw nitrogen?
It's a chemical that speeds up
Huh?
decomposition. It's,
Like an accelerator, probably.
basically,
Okay,
it's
but
an
it's-
accelerator.
There are
Just a normal
organic.
soluble fertilizer, I
What's
guess,
that?
just a soluble
Somewhat,
fertilizer.
yeah.
Okay.
But I was told at that time that I could use
Okay.
nitrogen to speed up decomposition.
Breaking it down, yeah.
So, and then I just tilled all that together. Just got the tiller and went crazy. Just started tilling the dirt, just turning it over and over and over and over.
Killed it.
And let that sit for a month or two. And then I started my growing. I grew 3 Natchez or whatever. I don't know.
Natchez blackberries?
No.
Natchez.
Crepe myrtles.
Oh.
But 2
Trees.
pinks and 1 white or vice versa. Anyway. And then I started planting. You've heard of coxcomb. Have you?
Celosia.
Huh?
Celosia.
Yeah,
Is that what
celosia.
it's called?
I say it.
It's a-
different,
It's a
yeah.
potato.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful Asian plant.
Yeah.
That I was told is kind of hard to grow. Well, a neighbor of mine gave me. He was in Korean. He couldn't speak 4 words of English, I don't think. Anyway, he came over and visited one day, and he brought this pot with a little plant in it. And he came to my front door, and as a gift, he gave me, and he called it chicken. He called it a chicken plant. But in actuality, it was coxcomb. There you go, right there. Lorraine just pulled up a picture. And I planted it on my berm. That thing grew 3 feet tall. And it grew to where it spread. It started spreading. And another lady came and visited me one day, wanted to see the backyard that I had created. And I had planted some roses and some various other, ornamental plants back there. But the coxcomb just kind of took over this one area. I mean, it grew 3-4 feet, not 4 feet tall, but a good almost 3 feet tall, which was pretty big for a coxcomb plant. And vibrant red flowering, and the lady saw it and she said, "My gosh, how in the world did you do this?" I said, "Do what?" "I've never seen coxcomb this big." I said, "Nor have I. I didn't even know what it was." And she said, "It's called," and florists use these as good, additions to arrangements. And you could sell this stuff and make great money doing it. Anyway, the bottom line is that berm was just a unbelievable area for growing plants. And I loved it until I didn't love it anymore when I had to move. But here's something I want to add. That backyard grew to be, I grew a mini micro environment for rhododendrons to grow in. I built a pergola, a lattice fence, and grew Carolina jasmine up the fence. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because anybody can make a paradise out of a yard, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can literally make your yard just a beautiful paradise. And, you can do it with plants, and it doesn't have to be high maintenance. It can be low maintenance. In other words, you don't have to get out there every day and pick through it and do this, that, and the other.
Right.
But it got to where you could go out there and the bees would be pollinating, and I had a niece. She brought her 2 kids over there one day, and she walked out in the backyard. And I told the boys, go play in the yard. Go out in the backyard and check it out. And they went back there. 5 minutes later, they come in. "Oh, no, we had to come in because there's bees out there." I said, "What? You're coming in because there's bees out there. They'll sting me." "No, they won't."
You better be glad there's bees out there.
I said, "Go back out in the backyard and ignore the bees, ignore the insects, ignore it all, because they will not bite you or sting you or harm you in any way." "Well, no, that's not. No, I'm scared of bees." I said, "And there's your problem." I said, and she said, "What do you mean they won't sting you, Ray?" I says, "Where there's love, bees will not sting you. And that yard's got love all in it." And no one had ever been stung in that backyard. And birds love the yard, insects love the yard, bees loved it. Folks, we are a bunch of scared puppies in this culture we live today. Insects won't bother. Hey, snakes won't bother you, really, if you don't bother them.
That's right.
They don't like you more than you don't like them. But we've grown up in this country we live, and we're teaching our kids, back to the kids, to fear. I can remember as a kid running barefooted probably half the day, if not all day long. Do you ever go barefooted?
Oh,
when
yeah, all the
You ever go
time.
barefooted?
Oh, yeah.
That's healthy, folks. How many of you out there took off your shoes and walked in the grass lately? That's called grounding. But right now, I need to take care of my sponsors. So I'm going to take a little break here, talk about my sponsors. And that being Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Yep, I talk about them every week. Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Seems to be a lot of foundation repair companies, folks. A lot of them will steer you right, a lot of them will steer you wrong. Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Honest, transparent estimates at whenever you want them, the way you want them, honestly. Give them a call. Go online, rhinoliftfoundations.com. Check them out. Two kids, it's talking about youth, two 30-year-old kids got out of college, decided to start their own construction company and develop a transparent, dependable, loyal, fine, upstanding business out of a foundation company. And so they came up with Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Alex and Josh, two young guys, now developed a company that you can depend on. Licensed general contractor, both North and South Carolina. Check them out. You got cross base issues, foundation issues, slab problems, whatever the case may be. Give them a call. Go online. Check them out. rhinoliftfoundations.com. And then Kilo Exterminating Company. Since 1939, 3 generations, family owned, all technicians certified. They give you moisture readings, 4 to 5 moisture readings with every crawl space inspection they do. What's moisture readings about? To give you a moisture content on your foundation and your structure. Wood destroying insects. That's your indicator right there. And they take care of your situation no matter what it is. As we enter summer, got a call yesterday about roaches. Found a roach. People hate roaches, and I understand they're yucky little rascals. But just because you see a roach doesn't mean you need to react and get all chemically oriented around it, trying to kill your bugs. Call Kilo Exterminating. Doesn't have to be a chore. Give them a call. Go online, kilo.biz. And let's don't forget ABS Insulating. Insulation to give you the comfort you need. ABS Insulating, another family-owned and operated company for many, many years. Now they've got air seal programs, open cell, closed cell foam. They've got solutions to your comfort as we enter the summer months. If you've got a house and you ever thought about attic encapsulation, what it could do to your air conditioning and your comfort's incredible. Give them a call. Better yet, go online, absinsulating.com. Today's show, we're talking gardening. We've got Kevin Gath, a garden gnome. Now, he's a landscape guy as well as a master gardener, and Lorraine Carpenter. We're going to talk about gardening, fresh vegetables. And speaking of fresh vegetable, have you been to the store lately and check out the price? You can grow them a lot cheaper. You know, what's organic mean? Let's talk about it. What does organic mean?
There is the intention behind the organic label, and there's the regulations behind the organic label, and they're a little bit different. I mean, the intention is that it's clean food that's grown without chemicals and damage. In practice, it's basically just a lot of forms to fill out. It's
most of it's a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
What's your feeling on it, Lorraine?
The first time I ever saw the word organic was in this little book I read about a plant grown organically versus chemically. The thing I remembered is when it's grown organically, the roots have to stretch and pull its own minerals and nutrients. And by doing that, the plant becomes stronger and is more resistant to pests. Whereas the chemical plant, very weak, pests attack it. So when I read that, I went, what about our body? Oh my gosh. You know, because I did not eat nutritional food. I was a junk eater. And I was 20 years old, 19, 20 when I read that book. And that pretty much changed my life. I thought, I'm going to learn how to grow food.
Well, you know, your body is just the same as the earth. If you feed it correctly, it will take care of you.
Go.
You strengthen your autoimmune system. You know, your gut health. and today's foods. Well, the earth, the soil we have that we farm in today is not the soil of yesteryear.
Not at all.
By no means.
Mm-mm.
So therefore, it all starts with dirt. Good dirt.
Yep.
And you got to have good dirt. Now, when are we going to start planting our veggies? Got any ideas?
My veggies are in the ground already.
Yeah.
What are you planting so far?
I've got tomatoes and a bunch of herbs. I've got some lettuce, okra, some shishito peppers.
Where are you
loofah.
growing?
At my house. Yep. I've got in containers actually.
Your container garden?
Those specific things, yeah.
You talking about like the 5-gallon containers?
Yeah, I like big. I like the cloth fabric bags.
Okay.
Because I'll put it
Like
on
what?
a tray and it will wick the water up easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grow from seed or tomato plants?
I'll usually get starts at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best tomato to grow? Here we go. We're going to get a varying opinion.
Go ahead.
Heirloom. I mean,
Yeah.
when did you first learn about heirloom?
Well, tell them what an heirloom is, because
Okay.
people don't know what an heirloom tomato is. Let's talk about an heirloom tomato.
An heirloom is when it has not been geoprocessed, hybridized to make it grow this unique, perfect-looking plant that can be shipped across the United States. An heirloom has been passed down genetically, like, say, my grandfather gave me his tomato plants, seeds, and it has to be an heirloom, otherwise hybrid is not going to be predictable.
Right.
Yeah. Heirlooms. They've saved the seeds for so long that they make the same plant from that seed. Now the hybrids don't. They'll make something different.
And then something else too about like I let my cabbage go to seed a lot of times just for the bees, and it threw a seed in the grass, and I mean it grew the greatest, biggest cabbage because it's already adapted the seed, and so when it stays on that same area, it's even stronger. And I mean, it was in the grass where you don't even have any nutrients, probably hard clay.
But it grew well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Where you grow in your yard, right?
Mm-hmm. Side yard and front yard.
Where you at in planting?
I
this
just
year?
got my tomato plants out, and I put one of the shishito peppers. I don't know how to say it right.
Shishito, yeah.
Shishito. I wait for my okra. I grew red okra last year, and then I grow corn like the Indians grow corn. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Three Sisters style.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's one of the best teachings methods of symbiotic relation. The Indians put them in a circle, like 6 corn, and then when they come up, they reduced it to 4. Then you put your pole bean, and then it grows up the corn. Then you put your squash on the base. That shields it, from moisture retention, and then also weeds. And when you eat all 3 together, you get all complete amino acids. And so the Indians gave their Great Spirit honor for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you, Lorraine, for that tidbit.
That's called companion planting.
Companion planting. And you're planting how many? Now, repeat that again real quick. How many?
How many?
How many vegetables do you plant together?
Well, I won't put the corn out or the okra yet, but I'll have the tomatoes and eggplant, and I grow this Italian squash called a tromboncino. It is a comic relief. I'm going to tell you what. It went up a peach tree and went on top of my house, and I had 3 huge trombone. They look like trombone if they lay on the ground, but if they vertical, they are straight down.
Kind of like gourds.
And they are delicious. It doesn't matter what size they get. I mean, you can blacken them. You can, grill them. You can
Squash?
Yes. It's not like a zucchini. The zucchini, once it gets big, you got to turn it into something else. But this thing was so funny. I'd come home one day and it would be like curled up inside of a azalea plant or something. But it literally went on top of my house.
Wow.
I will definitely grow that one again. I saved the seeds for that. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you have favorites you like to plant?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite plant?
Well, tomatoes, of course, and cucumbers. I love all that. Yeah.
What's the growing season for tomatoes? I mean,
April
it seems like, we know Sam
Frost.
Fleming, and they used to have the tomato festival here. Did you ever go to a tomato festival? They had a tomato festival. They're not doing it anymore, but
Yeah.
it was awesome. And they had it late July, several years. And late July, the tomatoes are gone.
They usually start coming out about July 4th.
So you get them planted now?
Yeah, or April 15th, according to state, was the last frost date.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted to have a gardening show in May, because people think, well, a lot of people don't know when the right time to plant is. And right now would be a good time to plant.
In our area, you can basically grow all year, just to grow a different set of crops. So you'd grow your cool season crops in the fall and winter and spring. Broccoli.
Cool seasons or what?
Broccoli, collards,
Garlic.
greens, lettuce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic? Mm-hmm. You grow garlic?
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites. It's so
I
easy.
love
It's
it.
great.
Yeah, God, pull
I
it
need
out of the
some
ground and, man.
You grow a particular kind?
I've tried all kinds, but now I grow one that's actually specific to this area, and it just performs
You know
well.
what it is?
Well, the lady that grows it, she is right outside of Indian Trail.
Right.
And her father brought it back from the World War II. She thinks it came from Lebanon, but she doesn't know. But it will save. You can use it to reseed. I've tried all of them, like Korean and Vietnamese and all this stuff. And you got to get kind of basic to your area sometime. Yeah.
I hear you, environmentally speaking.
Yeah.
I have found, and you can help me here, nutritionally speaking, y'all are both into nutrition and good food. One of the healthiest foods you can grow in your garden is garlic and onions. Do you grow onions? Mm-hmm. Because onions are very, very healthy, and a lot of people just don't like onions. But let me tell you something. If you cook and you add onions to your dish early, you don't even taste the onions. And the nutritional value from those onions are incredible for you. And garlic as well. Garlic is a healing plant. Mm-hmm. Very much so. What are some other healing plants?
Well, cilantro.
Cilantro is so good.
Cilantro actually has been able to remove heavy metals from the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I've
I'll
heard
try to
that
look
the
at that.
okra
Yeah.
gel will filter microplastics. I don't
Okra
know if
gel?
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was about to ask that. What gets
How
rid of
do you-
microplastics? Because
Right.
that's like the biggest issue right now.
Yep.
Interesting.
I don't know if it works that way in the body or if they have to use it as a filter through water or something, but something to it.
I know okra is very nutritional. I was shocked at how.
Pardon me, folks. I'm sorry. My off button doesn't work.
I like to eat okra raw, pick it off and just eat it when it's small.
Yeah.
Real crunchy, but if you put it on a salad, it gets that mucus type, whatever. And my mother being Cajun, actually they use the okra in the gumbo to
Thickens
help
it.
thicken it.
Yeah. But I have heard that okra gel is good for your gut lining.
Okay.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
see that.
Yep, definitely.
What else is good for you? Let's talk medicinal planting.
What is the best?
Goldenrod?
Dark
What's
goldenrod, the herb. Mm-hmm. What do you do with your goldenrod?
It is basically it fends off the cold in the fall. You brew the flowers right there as cool weather comes, and it stems off the cold.
Yeah, I try to drink a tea in the afternoon, whether it's cleavers. Are you familiar with cleavers?
Yeah.
It's one of the first. I call it kind of earth natural cover crop, and it's supposed to be cleansing the lymphatic system. And
what is it?
It's called cleavers, and you can identify it very easy because it feels like Velcro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it'll grow all in my yard, in my garden and stuff. And I used to yank it out, and especially the other one was chickweed. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why is all this stuff? And finally one day I went, wait a minute, I bet you there's something to this growing on the soil, because the soil does not like to be alone. Mm-hmm. And so it feeds your microbes and all the root systems and stuff like that. But I'm starting to try to make teas from this stuff, because when COVID happened, I looked out in my front yard. And I remember seeing all this Carolina geranium weeds and dandelion, and I went, I bet you anything that is probably a cure for the virus. University of Germany, about 5 years ago, took a dandelion leaf, made a tincture, and it destroyed the COVID virus.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I think we have everything at our disposal.
God made everything we need.
That's true.
You can't buy it at Walgreens or CVS.
Yep.
Am I right
That's
or wrong?
right.
Yep.
Would
That's
you agree
right.
or disagree?
I agree.
You know, we have become brainwashed, scammed, and lied to for many, many, many years.
Convenience.
Yep. And, you know, you can go to the doctor all you want, but you got health right out there in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible.
Yep.
Now, you can believe that if you want, you don't have to believe it. I don't care. But you know, before 1900, that's 1900, before last century started, the number one analgesic on the planet, what was it?
Willow?
No.
Bark?
Come on. What is it? Starts with an H.
H.
Oh, heroin.
No. No.
Homophobic?
No. Called hemp. Cannabis.
Oh.
Cannabis.
Oh, don't get me.
The number
Oh,
one.
I know
No, I
all
will get
about
you
that.
started.
I love that.
Because that's the number one analgesic prior to 1900. Now you know why they got rid of it and outlawed it in 1937.
Yeah.
Because it was very beneficial to health and wellness, but they didn't want that. Why? Because you could grow it in your backyard.
That's right. Don't have to go to the doctor.
You don't have, and today, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. I mean, after all, we've got the interweb now, tell you everything you want to know.
Yep.
It's a cure for cancer, and they won't tell you that either, but it is.
Yeah.
It is. And that's been proven too. Believe it if you want. I don't care, but it's a fact. Am I right or wrong?
Are you talking about Rick Simpson oil?
Yes, ma'am. So, you know, like I said, the way this conversation right here got started is on natural healing herbs, plants, and medicines that exist in our plant kingdom.
Yes.
And they're all beneficial. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a show later on this year about just medicinal plants that will actually heal you. And it's true. A lot of people don't like to believe it, but it's very true. So there you go.
Yeah. You know, you were talking about what are some healthy plants. And when you read about dandelion leaf,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the vitamin A content in that, you can make the tea. It's like a natural diuretic. I mean, I saw a guy taking the yellow flowers, and he soaked them in, and I need to remember this. I think it was either salt water to make any bugs release or something, but then he took them and he made a burger out of it. And he mashed them all up and put egg and flour and then fried it. I was like, that is insane. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the root is a powerful heart medicine, and I don't think it's any coincidence that Bayer bought Monsanto that kills the dandelion so they can sell the heart medicine. I mean, it doesn't. It could be a coincidence, but it sure seems.
Yeah,
No,
right.
no.
It's never a coincidence.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But folks, there's
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about gardening, today. If you, like I said earlier, if you've been to the grocery store lately and priced what vegetables cost, you can
Yeah.
save a lot of money. And not only save money, you can increase your health benefits tremendously by growing plants and growing your own food.
Yeah.
Now then again, how can you grow your own food? Once again, container gardening. What can you grow in a 5-gallon bucket?
Basically anything.
Anything, yeah.
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
But the key to that is what? Good dirt.
Good soil, drainage,
Living soil.
feeding it, learning how to feed a plant. I think a lot of people think, oh, okay, I've got the plant and I don't need to feed it. So you'd want
Well, let's
to know.
talk about feeding a plant, for example. But before I do so, let me pay a few respects to our sponsors.
Okay.
And that's Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Every house you go into, without exception, has floors, right? And normally they have
Hope
some
so.
sort of floor covering, be it carpet, be it tile, be it hardwoods, be it whatever you might think about putting on your floors, throw rugs. Throw rugs. Where can you buy a custom throw rug? Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. They do binding. They do custom rugs. They do carpet. They do the most popular floor in Charlotte in this area would be hardwood floors, be it sanded, be it engineered flooring, be it whatever. LVP, LVT. Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, bring the showroom to you. Go online, yourflooringteam.com. They've got showrooms on wheels. That's right, little vans with all the samples you may need. Go online, yourflooringteam.com. Check them out. Set up your appointment right online. If you need floors, by far you need to call Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. And once again, doesn't matter where you're at. I know the name might be misleading there, but don't let that affect you at all, whether you're in Lake Norman, Gaston County, York County. It doesn't matter where you're at. They'll bring the showroom to you. That's Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, yourflooringteam.com. And let's don't forget, new sponsor, Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor is your full service company. If you're looking for a new garage door, replacement garage door, repair, backed into that garage door this morning, need it fixed, need it repaired, they've got same-day service throughout the Charlotte metro area. They'll take care of you. Their trucks are fully stocked with parts, pieces, and whatever they may need to fix you up. Give them a call at 704-705-8444, or better yet, GarageDoorDoctor.com. That's Garage Door Doctor. Full service, regardless whether you need a new one, repair, whatever the case may be. Check them out, GarageDoorDoctor.com. And let's don't forget one of our premier sponsors and great support for Put Tools in Schools, Queen City Home Store. Since 1952, three generations now, family-owned business, serving the Charlotte metro area with the Queen City Home Store. A lot's happened in the past 10 years with the Queen City Home Store. They've gone from a media, TV, audio store now to a full, complete home store, be it furniture, bedding. If you need it, they got it. Appliances, media, whatever you need, Queen City Home Store's got you covered. Go online, check them out. You can do your shopping right there online. QueenCityOnline.com. Today we're talking about how to use the appliances, how to cook good food. First you got to grow it. Gardening. Gardening's on the agenda today. Got Lorraine Carpenter, Kevin Gath talking gardening. And what do we mean when we say gardening? Plants, food, ornamental, whatever. You got it. It's all about dirt. Let's talk about it.
Talk dirt.
So there's a lot of healing qualities in growing your own vegetables, without a doubt. We talk about pH. We don't need to worry about pH.
It depends on, there are certain plants that need a specific range, but outside of that, most just want near neutral or a little bit acidic.
A little bit acidic. Mm-hmm. Blueberries love acidic,
Very
right?
acidic.
What are acidic plants? Name a few. You got blueberries, one of them.
Azaleas.
What?
Azaleas.
I would say a lot of the things that grow in a forest floor, like acidity.
Understory trees.
Okay.
All of that decomposing organic matter has a lot of fungal microbiome, and that leans more acidic.
Okay.
Gotcha. Like dogwood trees.
I believe so. I double check.
No, dogwood trees are. They're understory trees. Dogwoods are typically found in understory situations, shade, and that's why they don't grow real well out in the direct sun. It's just like crepe myrtles love sun. Have you ever tried to grow a crepe myrtle in the shade? You ever seen it? It don't work. It doesn't work. I came to a house one day and they had a crepe myrtle growing. It was a puny little old thing. I said, that crepe myrtle's not going to grow well there. She said, well, why not? I said, because it loves sun. I mean, it loves it. Look at that puny little old crepe myrtle. She learned something that day. It's just like dogwoods. A lot of people don't understand that dogwoods grow better as understory trees. They do. So
that inspires my landscape design. I'll look at what wild conditions are similar to your landscape conditions, and I'll just put the plants that grow in that same place. It's not rocket science. It's simple, but very effective.
Well, and it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It makes a difference where you plant. Well, it's just like you can't grow vegetables unless you've got from 6 to 8 hours of sun.
Certain vegetables.
Most vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, tomatoes, for
Fruiting,
example.
yeah.
What'd you say?
Fruiting vegetables.
Fruiting vegetables.
And or at least they'll grow,
Cantaloupes.
but they won't produce very much.
Yeah.
Got to have sun.
Yep. Same with blueberries. Blueberries are understory shrubs, but in full sun, they'll put on a ton of berries.
And blueberries are very, very, very good for you.
Yes, they are.
And the ecology as well. They support more caterpillars than any other shrub. 270 plus last time I checked.
Love
Yep.
that.
And in the landscape, they're one of the most beautiful plants. They have the early flowers, the berries develop, then the fall foliage is purples and reds, and then even in the winter it has nice peeling bark.
If you grow a nice blueberry bush in the proper place in your yard, and not in a garden necessarily, but you
Right.
can grow them with other plants, like azaleas. Being that azaleas love acidic soil, you could grow a blueberry bush similar or in the general
Yeah.
proximity of that azalea bush, and you're going to have nice floriferous yard plus a good healthy yard in the blueberries. You know, so and we bring up acidic plants because you need to know what your plant's like. So if you don't know, read about them, do the research. A lot of people grow gardening knowing nothing. They don't know anything, and they don't do the research, and they go out there and they fail. And it wouldn't. Don't you think it would help to do some research?
It definitely does help. I like to think that nature has done the research. So if you match the wild place to your place, you can try it and then see. You can try it and trust the success because nature's already done the experimenting, and then do your deeper dives. Why is this doing that? Why is that doing that? But at least you can get a jump start by using nature's guide.
You know, a lot of people grow and get disgusted and quit. Mm-hmm. And the reason you quit is because you didn't see the results you wanted. But don't quit. Figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know, I know you've worked with gardeners or people that wanted to garden. Do you have anybody helping you in your backyard?
Not currently, yeah. I have a lot of people who want to come over and learn, but everybody's busy. Mm-hmm. So busy.
That's why I ask you the question. Mm-hmm. I have in my life, and I talk about this almost weekly, I have never seen the environment with people the way we are today in this country. Getting help is brutal. You know, people are too busy. They don't have time to do anything anymore. Are you finding that out? How about you, Kevin? Are you noticing that?
Yeah.
I have been working on this here toolbox, what we call the toolbox, where the podcast studio is that I'm speaking to you from right now. We've got a nice facility over here. What do you think of it, Kevin? Think we can do some things over here?
Definitely.
I haven't shown Lorraine yet. I've shown her a little bit about it, but, you know, we have a learning facility, what we call a connector space over here in North Charlotte. And this connector space is going to have a little bit of electrical, welding, plumbing, carpentry, and various other trades such as drywall, painting, cooking, you know, life skills, basic skills, tape measure reading. How about that? And considering that people don't know how to read a tape measure anymore, coming out of school, that is. It's a great opportunity to bring kids in here and adults too, to teach them about tools, how to fix things, how to create a better life with purpose and meaning and servitude. Because frankly speaking, that's what God put us on this planet for, is to help people, to help each other. Wouldn't you agree? Mm. So how do we change the landscape of this labor situation in America today when kids don't know anything about growing plants or nutrition? We need to have a connector space to entertain them around facts that they need to know, because they sure as heck are not learning it in school, unfortunately. So we have a connector space called the Toolbox. And this podcast studio is in the toolbox. But getting help here to arrange it, to make it happen, it seems like if it's not finished and ready to go, people don't want to play with you. It's got to be done. Well, no, you got to make it happen. You've got to build it. Build it and they will come. Well, who's going to help you build it? We need help, people. We need to understand that we're inundated with this thing. If you run out of something to do, pick up your phone. You'll find something to do real quick, won't you? So, folks, let's understand that nothing happens unless we make it happen. And we've come so codependent upon the culture in which we live. Codependent, we're looking for someone else to do it for us. No, we've got to learn to do things on our own with tools, with our brains, critical thinking, and thinking. People don't think anymore. What in the world is going on? I didn't mean to get on a rant here, but it's something that we're working on here at the Toolbox about puttoolsinschools.org. Every Saturday morning, we now have work days, a workshop from 8:30 till about 1 o'clock every Saturday morning. And we encourage young people to show up. And when I say young people, we've got 10-year-olds to 17-year-olds come over here on Saturday mornings and work in the Toolbox. What do? Whatever I want them to do. How they do it? The way it should be done. We teach. We have workshops. We're improving this space to teach and provide a learning space for other young people and old people alike, older people alike. Gardening. We want to have gardening classes over here. We're going to have drywall repair. Do you know how to fix a hole in the wall? Well, we'll teach you. It's real simple to do. So, puttoolsinschools.org needs support. What kind of support? Financial support. And most of all, what's the most valuable commodity we all share? Our time. We need your time. That's puttoolsinschools.org. Every Saturday morning we've got a workshop. You can go on the website, puttoolsinschools.org, to the events tab, and there's a calendar there. Every Saturday there's a work day indicated. You can hit that day, an RSVP little button comes up. Just tap on it with your cursor and just fill out the RSVP so we'll know you're coming. Love to see you. That's Saturday mornings here at the Toolbox. So we need your support. There you go. puttoolsinschools.org. And today's show's heard on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Put Tools in Schools channel, About Your House Radio's channel. Like, subscribe. You know the routine. You know what it takes. We need more support there as well. Get the numbers up. That's puttoolsinschools.org, YouTube, Facebook, and we're also downloaded to SoundCloud, Apple Play, and what else? Spotify every week. Yeah. So the show's out there. We're just now gaining a little bit of popularity and a little bit of viewers. We need support. So go online. Check us out. Yeah, there you go. puttoolsinschools.org. So today we're talking to Lorraine Carpenter, native Charlottean, by the way, a homie.
5th generation.
What?
I'm a 5th generation Charlottean.
5th generation. That's on your father's side?
Yep.
Cool. And her father, what did he do?
He was a plumbing contractor, swimming pool contractor.
And not only was he a swimming pool contractor? Did he build a swimming pool?
Yeah.
I didn't know he did that. Roy Walker was his name, Walker Plumbing. Yeah, many, many years here. And he left it to his sons, I believe. Right.
But his father was I think the 3rd in state to get his license.
Wow.
Yeah.
His father was? And that's plumbing. So plumbing raised you.
I've been plumbed. I have been plumbed.
Did you ever go out with your dad working?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap this first hour up, take a small break, come back for hour number 2 here on About Your House.
Yay.
Every Saturday morning, heard on Fox Sports Charlotte. Download the free app, stream it live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 on Fox Sports Charlotte. This Saturday, no exception. Tune in, turn on, and learn. We're getting some rain. We're supposedly going to get rain this week, which is a great thing because we need rain big time. The ozone's been out of control. Just the dust, the pollen, the dirt, the grime, growing. It is growing season, so we need rain. Soften up that dirt. Get them gardens ready to grow some plants. So we're going to tune out here in about 5 seconds, tune back in about 15 minutes, maybe 5 to 15 minutes for hour number 2. See you then.